This is the second part of the video key for genetics presentation. This is covering codominance and multiple alleles. With codominance, we see that two alleles are both dominant. Neither one is masked by the other. So in this case, we're talking about dogs that are black and white, and both of these colors are dominant. The first thing we want to do is set up a key of our genotypes. So with both incomplete dominance and codominance, that is a crucial part of our problems. So for this problem, we're looking at black dogs and white dogs. So big B is going to be a black dog. Our heterozygote, big B, little b, is going to show up with both types of spots, black and white. Lastly, our little b is going to be white. So for this problem, we're looking at a black and white dog, so the heterozygote, crossed with a solid black dog. It's going to be big B. Once we have our cross, we're going to put our gametes into a Punnett square. So big B, little b for parent number 1, big B for parent number 2. We're going to fill those in with the appropriate gametes. Okay, this question is then asking what is the chance of getting a puppy who is solid black. So now we need to look inside of the Punnett squares and see which genotypes correspond to black individuals. So if we look back at our key, we know that big B is the black puppy. Okay, and there are two boxes with big B. So to answer the question, we have a 50% chance of having puppies who are black. Yeah, so blood types in humans are an example of both codominance and multiple alleles. So there are three alleles possible, A, B, and O. Okay, A and B are both dominant or codominant together, and O is our true recessive. So this problem, we have a man with blood type AB. So AB is the genotype, and he marries a woman who is homozygous for type A blood. So remember, homozygous means two of the same allele, and if she is type A, that means that she has to have two A alleles. Okay, so once we have our cross, we can put this into a Punnett square. So A, B for the man, A for the woman. And we fill in the Punnett square. Okay, and then we go back and answer the question asked. So what are the possible blood types of their children? So at this one, we're not actually looking for ratios. We just want to know the actual possibilities. So asking for blood types means that we're asking for phenotypes. So these kids can either be type A or they can be type AB. Here's another blood type question, and in this one we have our genotypes already given to us. So the man has the genotype AO, and he marries a woman who is type O blood, or genotype OO. So again, we're going to put those gametes into a Punnett square. So AO for the man, OO for the woman. Now we're going to fill in the boxes. So AO, AO, OO, and OO. Next, we go back to the question and actually answer what is asked. So what is the possibility that their child will have blood type O? So if we look at the genotypes in our Punnett square, we see that there are two boxes with OO, which means that there's a 50% chance of the baby or the child having type O blood. So in this question, we have a man with type A blood and a woman who has type O blood. So for the man, we know that he has at least one big A, or A allele. The other one could be an A or an O. So he could be the genotype AA or he could be AO. The female is type O blood, which means that her genotype is OO. Their son is also a type O blood, so genotype OO. Now, the easiest way to figure this problem out is to go ahead and plug what we know into a Punnett square. So we know that the female is OO, and we know that Dad has at least one A allele. We don't know his second allele yet. So we can fill in the Punnett square with this information, and then we look at what we know of the son's genotype. So for us to be able to get a child with type O blood, the father has to have an O allele to give to his kids. This means that Dad has to have the genotype of AO. So he is heterozygous for type A blood.